welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new video. Another recent reads, getting caught up. So 10 books. To start with, the second in the series, Mrs. Smith's Spy School for Girls, Power Play by Beth McMullen. This was just such a great second book, and I fell even more in love with these characters and their amazing friendship. Still such an incredible banter and dialogue between them, and amazing humor. I love the mystery adventure with this one and how it ties especially with one of our friends. Just the whole idea of this one was so intriguing. It kept me guessing as well. We even go through Paris and London with these kids on their wild adventure, and it's just as fast-paced as the first book. Great underlying messages again as well. Just highly recommend. I'm going to finish stories for 5-year-olds and stories for 6-year-olds back-to-back, compiled by Julia Eccleshare. And these continue to be such quick and magical reads, kept that classic feel, and again, most I really enjoyed, with few not as much. Just had a really great time with these though, and the beautiful illustrations continue throughout. There's not a lot to say about these since it is short stories, but really having fun with them. And then I read Where You've Got to Be by Gertler, and HarperCollins has sent me this. Thank you so much. This is just such an amazing read. It's full of family and friendship and important messages on identity and relationships. Nolly's our main character, and she feels left behind by her sister and also her best friend. Her sister is everything she thinks everyone wishes she was, and even her best friend is trying to change her to make her better. Yeah, that best friend will be gone. But it's a hard age and all the changes, including changing relationships. So between feeling not good enough at home and with her best friend, Nolly wonders if she should be changing. Then she makes some rash, reckless choices that soon spiral until she's veered way off any semblance of a path, and she has to find her way back to the right path. Sharing what you're feeling and the troubles you're having with your family at this age especially is so important. Nolly keeps so much bottled up inside and doesn't know the correct way to deal with what she's going through, so she makes some wrong choices. So many relatable issues for kids in here with Nolly and everything she's dealing with. Also great messages and lessons in here with Nolly and her family being Jewish, and some of what one member in the family has to deal with from ignorant people. Then there's the most amazing grandma ever. I also loved Serena. Just highly recommend. And then I read Superworld, Save Noah by Yarrow and Carrie, Cheney. Thank you, Random House Kids, or Penguin Random House, for sending me this. You can tell just by the coloring. It's full of illustrations. It's so different. It's like graphic novel, but not, because there's so much writing. But there's more text than an average graphic novel, but there's illustrations on almost every page. And these illustrations are phenomenal. Animated movie type cartoon, and I think the illustrator might be someone who illustrated for something like that. I'm not sure though, so I don't want to say for sure. But this was just such a unique read and so different, and just beautiful illustrations. It was just so unique, creative, highly imaginative, beautifully illustrated story, like I said, that just was so much fun. Uniquely told story just in the formatting alone. Like I said, not graphic novel, not fully traditional novel formatting either. The beautiful artwork brings this adventure to life in vivid detail. The superhero story itself is also different and so imaginative. Incredible characters, amazing underlying messages, lessons throughout, fabulous story building and character growth. Noah's such a great main character. To be the only human without superpowers and being in middle school too, like it wasn't hard enough fitting in at that age. Plus the constant danger and heroes always wanting to save him. Wow. His friends truly are super though, because he found some kids that even with the super brain, they managed to be friends first before that. And Noah's little sister is so creepy in an evil genius type of way, but creepier. Just because creepy little kids freak me out. Highly recommend. So excited for that next book. And then after putting down The Glass House of Stars for now, I picked up the arc the author had sent me, All Four Quarters of the Moon by Shirley Marr. And I did finish this one. It was such a heartwarming story full of real-life magic, family, imagination, and resilience. Beijing had my heart from the word go in this book. She has to hold so much in, take on so much responsibility. She has to be like an adult instead of a kid, always looking out for everyone else instead of herself, doing what her mom wants for her, not doing what she wants to do, doesn't even consider a future different than what her mother says it will be. She's like a little mom to her precious little sister as well, her protector. The little world they create is incredible. Each chapter begins with the sisters talking to each other, mostly the little sister telling stories told to them based from Chinese mythology. I've moved and had to change schools, but I can't imagine changing countries, leaving everything behind and entering what I'm sure would feel like a completely different world. I love the friendship made in here between Peijing and Joanna. The beauty of it, how they both helped each other in such different ways. Joanna's story really hit deep with me, what she's dealing with. Very emotional, and my heart ached for her and then rejoiced with her. My heart belongs to Miss Lena, though. When they say teachers can be angels on earth, she's the kind of teacher that comes to mind. What an incredible soul. The character growth and development in here with everyone was phenomenal. Peijing, her little sister, Joanna, Peijing's whole family. So many incredible messages throughout with a big focus on friendship, family, and especially sisters. Also complex of leaving your home country where your culture is so a part of life and the world around you, and moving to a place where you feel like an outcast and some ignorant people will say some things to make you feel even worse. You see this through Peijing's thoughts and feelings and through what her mother is going through. Or being told your whole life you have to do certain things for family or do certain things a certain way per the old ways, yet you see the adults doing another. There's even the beginnings of Alzheimer's in here and what that means for Peijing and her family. Such a magical, heartwarming story, like I said. Just highly recommend. Loved it. And then I read the third and I think final book in Mrs. Smith's Spy School for Girls, Double Cross by Beth McMullen. This is definitely a new favorite trilogy of all time. I'm so sad it's the last, but happy I finally read them. This book was even better than last. The friendship dynamics between Abby and her friends has only gotten better and better. Still the best dialogue and humor. Flew through these. Love the mystery of this one as well as the location and the butterflies. Love the new frenemy and how that whole story played out. Very intriguing frenemy at that. Another thrilling, gripping, action-packed adventure full of cool gadgets, danger, amazing characters and friendships and more. Just highly recommend. I just love this series. And then for a Christmas read, Operation Nativity by Jenny Pearson. Make it hardback. And it's filled with beautiful illustrations too. Just an incredible, heartwarming Christmas story full of faith, heart, and even humor. I enjoy all Christmas reads pretty much, but it was so refreshing and just plain awesome to finally read a Christmas story that involves what Christmas is really about. It's not just about presents or Santa. The true meaning of Christmas and why it's celebrated is in here, as well as great further meaning of what's important. Again, it's not presents, but spending time and making precious memories with the ones you love. How precious life itself is, the meaning of life and death, and just cherishing those moments and holding them close. The author does all these themes and messages in the perfect way for middle grade readers and weaves the perfect amount of humor throughout with the most endearing and lovable characters, including our main character Oscar and his bold and fearless little sister Molly, who is a riot. This is an atmospheric Christmas read full of real Christmas truth and magic, family, humor, adventure, and incredible messages. And I loved all the beautiful illustrations that just bring everything to life before your eyes. Just highly recommend this. Such a beautiful, humorous, amazing, atmospheric story. And then I read the second in the Alessia and Atlantis series, The Jellyfish Jailbreak by Nathalie, Laine. And the author had sent me this. Thank you so much. I love that first book so much. And this was an incredible sequel. I might have loved this one even more than the first book. And I loved that first one a whole bunch. Alessia did get on my nerves a little bit in this one, but it's not her fault, and you start to learn why she's doing some of what she's doing or behaving the way she is, and it really isn't her fault. Everything about it and everything we learn throughout this one is just so intriguing. Still love Alessia and her friend group together. They make such a great team, and you can tell how much they truly care for each other. So many twists and surprises. Highly adventurous story full of danger and suspense, while at the same time weaving together with relatable issues for the age group. Compelling writing, engaging, endearing characters, action-packed, fast-paced, such a great read, incredible ending, and I cannot wait for the next one. Highly recommend. And then lastly for this video, another Christmas read, the second in the Christmas Carol series, The Christmas Competition by Taylor-Bessent. I love that first book so much, so I was so excited that another one was coming out. These are just full of illustrations as well that are so cute. This is just really the most charming and heartwarming series. I love this family so much, as well as Reggie and Archer. And like I said, I love all Christmas reads, so just because this one is a different, it doesn't mean I don't love it. So this one involves a Christmas competition, and I love how subtly packed full of messages this one was. The importance of family and memories over presents and money spent and appearances. Even the pressure families can put on their children to have them do what they enjoy instead of what they want to do. Like that means the kids must enjoy it as well just because the parents do, above all else, and so much more. The most lovable characters ever. My heart about burst from the love I feel for them each book so far. I also never thought I could love a donkey so much or feel so proud of one like I did in a certain part in here. My heart will always belong to Reggie, but now a certain character named Sue shares my heart with him. These are full of Christmas cheer, friendship, family humor, and so much heart. Highly recommend. I cannot wait for that next book. Alright, y'all, that's it for this video. Have you read any of these? Did you like them? Did you not? Did you see any that you want to read? Let me know in the comments. And I hope you enjoy the video. Today is a Lydia Beetlejuice shirt. If you like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.